Okay, so what I'm going to share with you guys tonight is my customer retention, onboarding, and kickstart system. I found that as time passed, I was really losing track of my customers, and it was super frustrating, and it was leading to attrition. Like people were just slipping away because I couldn't keep track of them. I couldn't follow up with them appropriately even though I was trying, and I just was feeling frustrated and lost. Because the last thing we want to do, right? Like we work so hard with these people to understand their goals, to get them the right pack, to get them started. And the last thing we want to have happen is that we like lose track of them. It's literally our fault when that happens. So put together this easy system, and I'm going to share that with you guys today. So it's literally as simple as a checklist and having the appropriate documents easily available to send to every single person, just same process every single time. Okay, it's all about a system, right? I'm going to hold up an example of one, but then I'm going to share my screen here in just a second so you can have a really close look at it. For every single person that I bring on, I have a checklist. Again, I know that you can probably not read any of that, but I have a stack. I have a stack of my people that I've added over the past couple months, and I keep this stack and refer to it every single morning. I check off my various items for each one of them, and then I move on to other things throughout my day. So I'm going to share my screen. One participant can share at a time. Great. All right. Just a second. They always change things on Zoom, so it looks so different. Okay. All right. So what you're seeing here is my checklist. I literally have a PDF with 4 checklists. I print it off and I cut it apart, and literally I just fill out these things. So it's so self-explanatory at the front. I put the customer's name. I also put their ambassador ID number on here. I put their start date as when they sign up, and also when they receive their products and start their products. I put the products that they ordered, and then I also put their goals. If they mention other things that we're not necessarily targeting with this particular pack, I'll put it on the back of the sheet. So for my friend Linda here, you know, she had a back surgery with fused discs. So I'm thinking maybe nerve in the future. She had arthritis. She's having issues with yeast and mold. And it's just a way to, because, you know, a lot of times people just start with a smaller pack, and then we want to have recommendations to help them address other things. So for me, having that there is a really easy tracker versus trying to go through months and months of conversations, right? Okay, so we have just signed them up. I've filled out all that top information, and then 2 days after they get started, I have lots of documents. You see these? I have verbiage put together. And 2 days, I send them a message, and it's this one right here. It's going to tell them that I'm super excited for them to get started on their products. I want them to watch this video. It's a video from Brooke Hemingway, and it talks all about the expectations or what they can expect when they start their products. It talks about them getting their water in. Just all the best practices that we share is in a very concise, like less than 5-minute video. So I send that, and I tell them, I need you to watch this video, and after you do, send me a note, because then I will send you your product instructions, and not until then, because they need those, right? When they come back and say, I watched it, I send this next message. Hey, was there anything that stuck out to you from that video? Throughout all these conversations and all the different check-ins that I'm going to share with you, I'm continually trying to build and grow my connection with them by having a conversation, and taking it outside of Plexus too. Because, sorry, I was getting a little bit of echo. Because, you know, they're people. We want to connect at a deeper level, and if they like you, that's what's going to keep them around longer. Sorry, I have more people I'm admitting here. Okay, and then after they watch it and we kind of have that dialogue, I'm going to send them an email. All of this, again, is on my checklist. And what does the email look like? easy peasy. It's right here. Literally, I copy and paste this into an email format and I attach a couple documents, which I'm going to share to you. You'll find that throughout these things that I'm sharing with you, it's all about repetition because the first time you tell them, they're not going to remember. Can I get some hands up or comments saying, yeah, I tell them things over and over again, and it takes a while for them to kind of sink in. And then the rest of it is about tracking and just making sure that I am following up at the appropriate times, because we know that our customers are most vulnerable during their first month, and we need to be checking in at least on a weekly basis. But all of these things right now that I'm showing you are going to set the stage for them to get their products, get started successfully, and then make it so that we can have open dialogue throughout their whole experience. So this email is just going to also, again, talk about like the perks program. It's also, I have a survey in here. I know that Mindy sends out a survey, so this might look a little different for you guys, but I want to get them engaged. I want to get more information, because a lot of times what people tell you to your face, they might tell you more in like a survey or something else. So I ask them to fill out the survey for a free sample. And then I tell them about the perks program and all the awesome advantages they get from being a wholesale customer. And then I include a couple documents to get them started. So that's what I said in the email. I'll show you the documents here in just a second. But what I also do at this point, I welcome them to the team page. I have a tips and tools page. I know that you guys have jewels in the making. So I'll welcome them to that. And I also, and I think Mindy does too, has like a welcome video. I'll tag them on that and I'll say, hey, like you need to watch this because it'll have some additional resources that you can refer back to. Repetition. Okay, so then in this email, and you'll also see I say that I'm going to send a hard copy, which I do, because there are people like me. That's why I have my little paper checklists that need that. So I'm going to go back to my checklist and just show you where we're at. Okay, so we've sent the video that was in the onboarding. Welcome to the team page, right? Other things that I like to try and do, if I haven't already sent a testimony or some sort of video to build belief, I'll do that. The getting started packet is that email, as well as some additional documents I'm about to show you. And then this item here, frog number 1, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the frog system. It is a Brooke Hemingway and Emily Gibson term, but basically it just refers to trying to get every single person that you bring on your team to bring a +1 with them. I know a lot of times we think about, oh, we need business builders, we need a business builder, and we do, and we want to develop business builders. But if all we are focusing on is one person to go deep with their business, we're missing a huge opportunity. And inviting every single person that joins our team or who comes on as a wholesale customer to invite one person to come along with them. We know that them bringing one person as an accountability partner is going to make them accountable, obviously, and make them more consistent and successful with their products. So I used to have a lot of head trash about this. And I'd be like, well, they're just thinking that I want them to work the business right away, or, oh, they're just going to think that I am trying to make money off them. And that's not it. I truly believe that people are more successful when they do things with other people. And if I can hold on to that and know that that's my truth, then I'm A-okay asking them to bring an accountability partner along. So I'll ask them straight up, in our sign up, which I'm not sure, guys, like if you're not signing people up on the phone, I know Mindy's a big proponent of that. If you're not doing it, you're really missing a really great opportunity, not only to deepen your connection with these people, but also to bring life and excitement to a lot of the things that are unique about Plexus, like our perks program, like the fact that we do this as a team, like the fact that they need an accountability partner, and doing that on the phone and walking them through the registration together really gives you a really big advantage. I see some like comments coming through, and when I'm screen sharing, I can't check them. So sorry, guys. I will check them shortly. Okay, so back to the getting started packet. Um, these first three things I include in the email, and then all the rest, all of them, I send in the hard copy that I pop in the mail. So I'll show you what those look like. Okay, so we're gonna start with general customer information. And I don't know if you guys have like a welcome email that you are sending. This might be a little bit overlap just because I'm not too familiar with where you guys are with your own onboarding process, but this is what mine looks like. It's the same for everybody. The only thing that changes is this box up here. I give them their ambassador ID, I give them their username, and then I give them their referral link. And then I just give them general information about me, customer service, the 2 pages that they need to be a part of, and then I give them some more information about expectations. We know in that video that Brooke Hemingway covered some of this, but I need repetition and I need them to know the important things to pay attention to. I want them to know that healing their body takes time. I want them to know that they can expect to see these sorts of changes, you know, within maybe their first month or two. I want them to know that if digestion is their goal, this is what that's going to look like. And then the important things that we talk about over and over and over again: drink your water because you need to detox. It's super important. You need to work closely with me, your sponsor. We are besties, right? To make sure that we make the appropriate tweaks. I put that expectation out there right away that, hey, you know, this is a starting point for you, but it might not be your ending point. So let's get started. Let's get you off and running. Let's work together to make tweaks to your schedule. We might need to tweak your products. We might need to, you know, tweak if you need to take them with food or additional water, whatever. You need to be willing to shift if necessary. I also added this one: do not skimp. I was a skimper. Anybody else a skimper? Like, oh, my ProBio is running out, so I shouldn't get up to that full dose for 2 weeks. Put it right there, and I'm up front. I used to just skip around things, guys, and not be straightforward, and it didn't serve me well, and it didn't serve my customers well. So just be honest with what you know and your truth, and just put it all out there and let them know that, hey, I'm going to give you a lot of information, and I know it's a lot, but I'd rather let you have all of it than not have enough of it and have questions. We can always revisit things. I want them to give it time, reminding them that they didn't get to this place overnight and they're not going to get healed overnight. And then we really want them to let the supplements work with them. So if they need to make other changes to their diet, their exercise, their normal daily routine, I'm going to kind of suggest that. And then again, this is kind of like that frog system. I'm going to mention their referral link and remind them that, hey, like even if you had a couple friends join you, you could earn some cash to get your products paid for, and you'll be more successful with your products. Okay, so that is my general customer info. I send that. So that goes in the email and the hard copy. My next thing, I've had multiple people who said they've tried Plexus before, weren't successful, they quit, and then they came back. And this is the thing that they said was the biggest game changer for them. They're like, I didn't get this. This is product instructions. Like, whoa, you didn't get product instructions? And I know that we have graphics, and I'm not telling you guys not to send those, but I think that breaking it down super simple, and like I have dates on these, you don't have to go that far, but for some people you do. So for example, with my friend Linda, like here are the products she's taking, and here's how I want her to ease into it based on her goals and what she's told me about her health history. I also remind her that for gut health products, we're going to do a slow startup, and on ease, we're going to do some loading dose type things. So I do this, it looks pretty similar for most people, but I do this for every customer. Again, biggest thing that goes in the email and the hard copy. The next ones are trackers. Who doesn't love a tracker? I love trackers. Okay, so this one actually came from corporate, right? You've probably seen it before. If not, it'll be in that Google Docs file that I have for you. I give this to my people and I put sticky notes. Like I have sticky notes on everyone in the hard copy, and I say, hey, like, go ahead and get your measurements, do this. I have the conversations with them, but a reminder with a sticky note goes a long way. I want them to know their baseline so that we can gauge their success along the way. And so I give them this. And then I also give them this one that I found on Etsy. I want to know what their routine looks like. So if we need to make tweaks in their normal daily habits, that we can do that. So I give them this for the first week, and I say, hey, I just want to understand kind of what your day looks like, how much exercise you're getting, how much you sleep, how much water. This will let us know if we need to make any other adjustments. Go ahead and track that for me, and then it gives us something to discuss here in a couple days. All right, that goes in the email. The rest of this is all hard copy, and I'm getting to the end of my documents, guys. I give them the Candida one, and I just tell them, hey, circle anything that is pertinent to you right now. I know that's super familiar, so I'm not going to walk you through it. And then the last one that it's an image, that's right. The last one that I send, more information about perks, because they need more reminders, right? This is how you set up your subscription. Be consistent with it, and if you do that, you will be able to get perks points to redeem for free products. Yay, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to transition from documents to check-ins. Does anybody have any questions on the docs before I do that? I can't see faces, but I'm hoping you're giving me thumbs up, maybe. Okay, we'll just keep rolling. All right, and then the last half of this checklist, so all of that, you guys, getting started, getting them set up correctly. And then the last portion here is all about check-ins and just keeping track of them and making sure we know any adjustments, right? So week 1, my check-in is just going to be like, hey, did you get your products? What do you think about that pink drink? It's amazing, right? Okay, you're getting the check-ins, you're having a dialogue about how things are going. At that time, I'll usually ask, do you feel like you're able to fit this into your daily routine okay? And then I'll also mention that Slim may make them go to the bathroom a little more because we're detoxing. Week 2, I'll check in again, and I'm checking these off with the dates there. I want to make sure, again, that they are consistently working this into their daily schedule, and I want to know how much water they're drinking, because we know that's super important. At this point, if they're like, yeah, it seems to be pretty easy, I'm getting my water in, I'll ask them, what changes have you noticed, good or bad, at this point? And if they say something good, I'm getting right on this frog number 2. Okay, awesome. Like, that's sweet. I'm so happy that you're feeling like your digestion is regulating a little bit. Or I'm so excited you're feeling less bloated. Like, woo, hallelujah. You know, now that you're starting to feel some of these changes, who do you know that might be able to benefit from our products as well? Maybe struggling with something similar, or you know, other health issues that they've shared with you. And I'm just going to straight up ask them. Hopefully they come back and say someone, and I'm going to talk about how we can invite them to join with them. Week 3, I'm going to talk about cravings and detox, because at that point, usually, you know, with their if they're on triplex with their probiome BioCleanse, they might be going through some stuff. A lot of times, week 3, their cravings might increase a little bit just as their body is rebalancing. So I want to know how that's going. If they're having detox issues, die-off issues, we'll troubleshoot that and get them feeling comfortable. Sometimes that means adjusting their ProBio or BioCleanse. And then as we're getting close to their subscription running, I'm gonna send them a reminder. I used to not do this. I'm like, oh, please, 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 please let them keep their subscription on. Don't turn it off. But you know what? I got burned so many times with people being like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was gonna hit my bank account, and now I need to cancel, or you know, I would feel the same way. So if you could shoot me a reminder before something hits my bank account and sends me negative, like, peace, like, I would love that. So I do that. I hold hands a lot with my people. Your subscription's gonna run in 3 days. How are you liking these products? Seems like you're doing really well on them. Is there anything you want to change? Is there anything you feel like you would like to amp up a little? You know, we're still seeing some gradual changes here, but maybe it's an opportunity for you to recommend an additional product to do that. And then again, week 4, I'm going to check in asking about things that they're really liking and if they're disliking anything. I want to know. I don't want any surprises. And it's as easy as that. I know it seems like a lot, but with the Google Doc that I'll show you, oh, I guess I'm in it. Oh, here we go. The Google file, it's all right here. It's literally add, send, message, check the list, onto the next, check the list, onto the next. And for me, it's really helped a lot. I also have a whiteboard with all of my people. Like, here's my computer, and I look at my whiteboard with all of my people, and I'm like, oh, crud, Linda wanted me to do this. So that is what I've been doing. If anything, it helps remind me that, oh my gosh, like, it makes me feel good to have a lot of these sheets, first of all. And it reminds me that I need to keep track of my people, not only add people, because if you're just adding people, then people are falling out the back end and you don't want that. So that's what I got. Any questions? I can stop the screen share now.
That's really super helpful.
It's a lot, but good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward, and that's why I like it. And I'm one of those people where I have to have things like all together. If I have them everywhere, all over the place, then I'm going to lose track of it. And so I wanted it to be easy for me, but then also easy for everybody else so that it can be duplicated on down the line. So
thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no, awesome. So I think I have, if anybody jumped on that didn't put their email in the comments of the Zoom, please do so, and I will get you added to the Google Docs folder there that I just showed you. And I see that Mindy is back, so I'm going to hand it over to you, girl. Yay.
Thank you, Christy. That's so helpful. And there was like 3 or 4 messages that got direct message to me somehow, but everybody was saying how helpful this was. So thank you so much. And thank you for taking over on the recording and stuff. I won the battle. Everett is asleep in his crib without his pacifier. So anyways, but you guys, you know, just like the tools that Christy is giving you and stuff, like just take them, make them your own. And obviously if you have questions, I'm sure Christy is open to you guys messaging her and asking various questions that you have about her system. But she's so right. Like if you are just adding, and you're letting your people fall through the cracks, then you're doing yourself and you're doing really them a disservice, because they signed up for a certain reason. So you want to do everything in your power to help them get to that point. So anyways, do you guys have, I know she asked if you have questions, but does anyone have any questions before we pop off here? And I'm going to go sign someone over the phone, just like Christy said. Nope. Okay, well, cool. Well, thank you, Christy, so much for sharing that with us. I really appreciate it. She is like the queen of spreadsheets, and she's super organized with all that kind of stuff. I always feel like you are. Oh. Me, I'm like, I don't know. I can barely type up a Word document. So anyways, I appreciate all of that. I really do.
I'm fooled.
All right. Well, you guys have a good evening. And then Christy, can you just upload this to the team page?
Yep, I'll do it.
All right. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Have a good night.